Listen up. Has your game been getting sloppy? Your skill level's not moving where it belongs? Then maybe you need to enlist in boot camp with me. I'm going to walk you through 52 tactical drills to work on your aiming, kicking, banking, jumping, warm-ups, all the mechanics of what you're doing to find out where you're sloppy and how to tighten it up to get to your best. Boot camp is over 3 hours on 2 DVDs or in the workbook with 52 illustrated drills.
The best in battalion is a passing on by.
The best in battalion is a passing on by.
This is drill 43 in your book, and you'll notice I have a whole set of balls just piled up to the side, and I have one ball taken out that's 2 diamonds up and 1 diamond in from the side rail. And directly across here, I have 1 cue ball that is 1 diamond off the side of the rail and 2 diamonds up. And those 2 spots on the table directly across from each other also aim directly into each of the corner pockets. When it comes to the break speed, the break shot is a shot like every other shot in pool and requires aiming and speed control to be effective and successful. Now I recommend that you start with the balls directly in line with each other from 2 diamonds apart, and then begin with a 5-speed stroke to take control of the speed. We would like the ball to follow directly forward after that ball is hit, and to some of the shots you might actually even see the ball trickle directly forward into the hole following. Now looking at it head on, you can see what we've been doing. We've been working directly on this straight break shot so we can focus on the aim and the speed control. By the aim, we've seen that we've pocketed the ball directly into the corner pocket. With our speed control, we've been able to see that we can allow the cue ball, we've allowed the cue ball to trickle forward as we were shooting an 1/8 of a tip to a 1/4 of a tip above center. What we've done now is we've taken that same line and we've shifted it 1 diamond till now we're actually shooting directly and head on into the head of the rack if you're shooting from the side rail. Of course, if you choose to shoot from inside the box or more toward the center, you will then of course change your aiming directly to where the cue ball is currently hitting head on into whatever angle it is that you're shooting from with your cue. Now I tend to find on newer cloth hitting with a 1/4 tip above center is working, and with more worn cloth an 1/8 of a tip. The reason is when the cue ball, which commonly weighs about 5.9 ounces, hits the rack of balls, even though each ball is still the same weight at 5.9 ounces, there's a cluster of them. And that one single ball is hitting that compacted rack of balls, and as it hits into that, it's going to be thrusted backwards, kind of like the little guy running into the big guy. But with the overspin, that forward spin allows it to have enough control so that as the cue ball is recoiled back to about the center of the table, that's where the cue ball could then get its grip on the cloth and settle in the approximate center of the table area. And that's where we have a good, perfect hit. Now, without the rack of balls in place, when we were hitting the practice ball, that was what the forward inertia of the cue ball traveling into the hole, following the object ball, that's what was happening, because now you had common weight hitting common weight, and then the added follow or top English on the ball did have the ability to take effect and allowed that ball to trickle forward and continue. So we used that top English in order to bring the cue ball back to the center of the table, but no more than that 1/8 or a 1/4 is necessary. Much more than that you're going to be driving the cue ball straight into the rack all the way down to the bottom rail. Or if you don't have enough and you're near center, you're going to find that cue ball comes bouncing back just like it's in a pinball machine.